prompted her to action. But I think Zola's done very well so far to just sit in that position on the outside. She sees the 4-lap counter up, and she's probably starting to think that she may have a go, and both her and Wendy Sly are having a go, but Mary Decker wasn't going to have any of it. She's quite happy at the front and on the inside.
Somebody fell there, and I think it was Joan Hansen while you were talking, Brendan. It was third in the American trials, and she's right at the back. The two British girls are putting pressure on there. Zola Budd tracked by Wendy Sly, and Wendy Sly went up outside Zola Budd just for a moment, as she's doing again. Just threatening the little girl who seems to be dwarfed there. They call her the little bird. That wide elbow action and arm action, though, she's not easy to get round. And she's having a go for the lead, as I thought she might. That was a 72nd lap, so after 4 laps, as I thought she might, she's having a go at taking the lead. Barefooted, she's much happier barefooted, and the world champion, oh, caught her there. Now this is the danger, and Decker's down. Oh, the world champion and one of the favourites is now flat out on the infield. And Mary Decker out of the race. And little Zola Budd may have clipped in too soon. May not have been her fault, but certainly she seemed twice there to impede Mary Decker. And the booing has started around the arena. Well, this little girl's career seems to be followed by nothing but controversies and drama as well. The golden girl of American distance running, reduced now to not even watching the race, but lying there in pain. 2 British girls in the first 3, Puica with them, and they're a long way clear of the rest.
That was a remarkable piece of concentration, because Zola definitely did get tied up in that tangle with Mary Decker, and for them to positively respond like this and to go to the front and start pushing the pace along, it shows remarkable attitude for a young girl of her age. But threatening there behind them in 3rd place is Puica, the Romanian, who we've been worried about all the way along the line. But it looks to me 2 Britons for 2 medals, but the threat is still there. The blonde-haired Romanian looking strong, and when she sees the 2-lap scorer, which they're approaching now, I'm sure she'll get a boost of confidence. But it's a great run by Wendy and Zola Budd.
Well, the Americans don't know whether to boo or applaud in this audience. Some are booing, some are applauding. It's a sad sight to see Mary Decker there on the ground, because she's contributed so much to world athletics. We've seen her in Britain, of course, many times, and all around the world. Very, very popular figure. And she looks as if she may well be quite seriously hurt. There's quite a group around her. It's surprising, actually, that Zola Budd didn't get spiked there. And the race really on now for gold, silver and bronze, and we've got 2 Britons in it. It's a lap and a half left. It's Wendy Sly in front. And Britannique Zola is out of the race as well, another of the favourites. And this is astonishing. They're passing the stricken Mary Decker now. And Zola Budd's in trouble, she's tiring, and Wendy Sly is the great threat. 8:37 is the British record, by the way, and it's Wendy Sly against Puica. 7:30 at the bell. Puica, this great distance runner from Romania. Wendy Sly back after injury, and Zola Budd being caught for 3rd place. Puica up on the outside with 2:50 to go. Great Britain versus Romania, and Zola Budd is being caught for the bronze medal. She's failing rapidly. And Puica goes, the yellow vest of Romania showing in front. Wendy Sly hanging on, though. A 5-metre gap. And Zola Budd will not get the bronze medal. She's now back in 6th place, completely spent. This gold is for Romania. Mary Decker, what must her feelings be as she sees her go by? Wendy Sly in 2nd place. Will take the silver. Puica wins the first ever 3,000 metres, 8:35.98. In 2nd place, silver for Great Britain, Wendy Sly. And place, it looked to me like Lynn Williams of Canada, with Zola Budd 6th or 7th. The early pace total. And Zola Budd on the last lap folded. Not surprisingly for a young girl. And I wonder what will be said about what happened with Mary Decker. Wendy Sly, just outside her own British record of 8:39.6, and she's come back tremendously well after a season in which she's had injuries, injections, all sorts of problems. Well, little Zola Budd, what a tiny figure in this vast Olympic arena. Wendy Sly looks up there, the big screen, and she knows she's got the silver medal.
Olympic record.
But Puica was always going to be difficult to beat, even for Mary Decker. And Mary Decker is now being helped from the track. Richard Slaney, the British distance thrower, her boyfriend, with her there. And all that work, all the season's training, all the pain she's suffered too with Achilles tendon problems. Well, her chances disappeared in the course of 5 or 6 strides. Puica is getting a marvellous reception from this crowd, disappointed though they must be at the way in which Mary Decker went out. And of course, as we said at the start of the games, the Romanians are regarded by the Americans as the real heroes of the games, having ignored the boycott. But as the cheers ring out, the inquests will go on. And Zola Budd will be right at the centre of those inquests. My impression, Brendan, and we can see it here, was that Zola cut in a little bit sharply. Yes, she catches her there, and she was far too close to her, no question about that. Far too close. I can put it down to inexperience, but she was also taking a great risk herself with those bare feet. And it must be said, she's not very experienced. She's been a front runner. She's had no opposition in South Africa. It must be said that perhaps that was just inexperience, but she was far too close. She hadn't got the ground, really. And she comes right across. That's the first occasion. And then again. Decker caught it from behind, but really Zola, I think, was going across to take the lead without having a clear overtaking space.
I think she did move on the inside a little quickly, but I think when Mary Decker caught her from behind, and I'm sure that Zola will be as distressed.